Welcome to Blooming Dandelion, where we explore healing, growing, and evolving to live a balanced and fulfilling life. I'm your host, Andrea Rivera Cazul, and each week we'll dive into practical tips, inspiring stories, and expert advice to help you bloom. Let's get started. Hello, Dandelion! Welcome back to Blooming Dandelion, the podcast. I'm so excited that we have made it to 10 weeks, 10 episodes together. I, again, have never thought, I really never thought that we would get here, that I would be feeling this confident in my journey, that I would feel this enthusiastic about this, but I'm so happy that I have truly dug deep and believed in myself and believed in this community. I'm so happy that you're here. My name is Andrea Rivera. If you don't know me, there's 10 episodes out, so you can binge all 10 episodes on my YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, wherever you get your podcasts. But YouTube is the newest platform that you can literally see me and hear all about it. As we are winding down week 10 or starting off week 10, I don't know how to count it. Either we're winding down or starting up. Anyways, we do a segment to start off the show. I'm trying not to get derailed, but we start off a segment to start off the show, which is our Bloom and Soil. I will say this past week, not a lot happened. I will say my soil this week, professionally speaking, my soil this week was probably just trying to catch up to work, making sure that things were where they're at, and amongst other things that I can't discuss, unfortunately, and I won't discuss, unfortunately, just because, I can in a later time frame, but for right now we're gonna keep it, because you just never know. You just got to be careful. But anyways, professionally speaking, I'm still kind of like working and going into the office. I had a great time in the office this week and vlogged with my friend while we worked, which was really fun, and then had an amazing lunch out with her and pretty much caught up on everything that I need to do for work. For my bloom this week, y'all, I did an exciting thing. I applied to be a part of the Sephora squad. That's really intimidating and scary, and I, sometimes don't believe in myself enough, and that's a struggle that we all face. We all face the struggle of not being good enough or not feeling like we are valid in this space, that our input isn't worthy. Like, there's so many avenues that we can go down on why should I show up for X, Y, and Z? Why should I apply for the job, apply for the gig, apply for the position? Let's stop making ourselves smaller. We do not fit in these boxes anymore. Let's stop making ourselves smaller. And I have to constantly remind myself of that. Why am I making myself smaller? For who? For what? How is that benefiting me? How is that benefiting you? Think about that. Let's truly dig deep and think about what is it that has been truly affecting us all this time. Prioritizing ourselves is really hard. Putting ourselves in the middle of a situation, and not even like putting ourselves in the middle of a situation, but making ourselves first a priority, making our dreams a priority. They're always going to be intimidating. It's always going to be scary. It's always going to be, it's always going to feel like a lump in your throat, like you are just paralyzed with fear. Let's take that fear away. It's time to really hone in on what it is that we desire, what it is that we want to achieve, and just go for it. There's no better time than right now. There is no better time than right now. And that is something constantly that I need to remind myself of. What am I holding back? Why am I holding back? Why am I holding back my brightness, my shine, all this stuff? You need to focus on what it is that you need to put first. And that's you. Number one, point blank, period. Okay? So, we have had 10 episodes. The last episode we got, and by we, I mean me, I got very emotional. It was a very emotional episode. I discussed a lot that was going on in the media with It Ends With Us, the movie. I discussed a lot of trauma bonds and so much. And it was a lot. It was definitely a lot. I needed time to decompress and to sit with those feelings. And it was important to talk about it. I actually ended up going and watching the movie. I have thoughts that will not come on this podcast episode today because we're not giving that space today. But yeah, I mean, there was a lot of conversation that I had last week. But this week, we're doing another self-guided meditation. And by self-guided meditation, I'm going to be guiding you through a meditation today because of last week's important information, but because of so much of like the flashback of it and probably trauma responses that maybe it's just myself, but like I know that a lot of folks can get some trauma responses and triggers through hearing stories and hearing what it is to experience these things. And so I wanted to make sure that our guided meditation this week was all about flashback relaxation. Again, I went through and found another great script provided by Inner Health Studio. I think it's important to find different ways to cope, to find different ways to heal, to relax. There are many ways. There's professional help. There's getting support through family members. There's getting support through things that you like to do, habits, great habits that you create. And this is just one extension of how you can cope throughout your healing experience, throughout moments of stress. And I want this to be a space where you can always learn a new way of healing, a new way of growing, and a new way of evolving. So we're going to get into the coping with flashbacks relaxation script. I want you to get into a place that is relaxing, that is not noisy, that you can concentrate on these words. If it is, again, I explained it in the last guided meditation, which was episode 5, if I'm not mistaken. But I explained it. These guided meditations and guided scripts can get very relaxing in the sense that you might get tired. So if you are listening to this in the car, please make sure that you're being safe. If you are listening to this at home and you start getting tired, that's totally fine. That means that you are in the best relaxation mode, and it's one of the perks of being at home. So I just want you to be in a comfortable position and ready to hear the guided meditation. And my voice is going to get more calmer and calmer as I start the guided meditation. Start by making yourself as physically comfortable as possible. You might want to sit or lie down. It can be helpful to wrap a blanket snugly around your shoulders if you have one available. The even pressure can be calming. The flashbacks you experience are truly frightening, but the images you have are not happening in the present. Even though flashbacks seem very real, they're only real in the past. They are not real right now. Nothing dangerous is happening right now, even though it can feel like you are in danger. You will get through this and you will be okay. You might not feel okay right now, but soon you will be feeling calm and relaxed. Let's take a few moments to breathe. Breathe slowly with me now as I count. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep breathing slowly like this. See how calm breathing can start to center you. During flashbacks, your attention is completely on your internal world. Relaxation can be focused on your internal world too, but on positive sensations rather than negative ones. Focus for the next few moments on your external environment instead of your internal one. First, look around the room you are in. Notice the details. See the surface you are on. If you are indoors, notice the walls and ceiling around you. See the colors around you. Now, rub your hands together. Feel the friction between your palms. Feel your hands warming up a little bit. As your hands are warming, they are also relaxing. Now place your hands at your sides and just notice the warmth in your hands. Feel the surface you are on. Feel your clothes against your body. If you did choose to wrap the blanket around your shoulders, feel the comforting pressure the blanket provides. It is difficult to keep your attention on your environment. You can help to return your attention to the present with some physical cues. Place your hands on your knees. Now pat your knees gently and hear the sound of your hands tapping your knees. Feel the gentle pressure with each tap. Now rub your hands together again, focusing your attention on this sensation. You can even place your hands on your face and allow a gentle, firm pressure on your cheeks to calm you. Breathe slowly, calmly, in and out. In and out. Keep your breathing slow and regular. Take a moment now to rub your hands together slowly while you breathe slowly. This calming motion can be a way to center yourself. As you continue this relaxation exercise, you can rub your hands together while breathing slowly. This can be a safe escape for you when the flashbacks get too much. You take a break by rubbing your hands together and breathing slowly anytime you need to. Now you can turn your attention to your thoughts. It's okay if you experience flashbacks. I will be here to talk you through it. You have handled this before, and I know it is scary, but you can handle it now too. You will get through this, and when it's over, you will feel so much better. Maybe you are experiencing flashbacks right now, or perhaps have been throughout this exercise. Maybe you have experienced flashbacks in the past, but are not at the moment. If you feel ready, it's okay to face those thoughts right now. If the images get too real, remember to take a break by rubbing your hands together and breathing slowly. This action will bring you back to the present, where you can remember that you will get through this and that the reality around you is neutral and is safe. I would like to take you mentally to a place of safety. Let these words guide you to a place where the flashbacks are like images on a television screen instead of part of reality. It may be frightening to watch, and at first it may seem real, but you know that the experience of flashbacks is only as real as the images on the screen. You may have visual pictures, sounds, or physical feelings. Put them all on the screen in front of you, and you can observe them as a movie. This movie on the screen may be horrific, but it will be over soon. All you need to do right now is make yourself as comfortable as possible while the scary scene passes. If you need to look away from the screen, it's okay. You can close your eyes or concentrate just on breathing, or do whatever else you need to do right now to cope with flashbacks. Let's spend 1 minute here in front of this screen. I'll be here to talk you through it. You are doing fine. It's okay to be scared or uncomfortable. It's okay to feel however you are feeling. It's okay to be frightened. It's natural to feel unsafe when you're watching something scary. I know this is hard, but you're getting through it. The images are not real right now. They are from a past. You are not in that place again. You are simply observing the flashback scenes on a television screen. You know they are not real in this moment. The minute is up. You did it. Imagine turning the television screen off. See the flashback images and sensations disappear. Now rub your hands together. Breathe in and breathe out. In and out. Let your hands rest at your sides as you continue to breathe slowly and focus on the present. See where you really are right now. You survived your fears. You are here, now, and safe. Look around, eyes open, observing where you are. Return to the here and now. You may want to move around a bit to fully orient yourself to the present. Stretch your arms and legs when you are ready. Stand up and just stand quietly for a moment, looking around. Now take a few steps, walking around, fully present. Love that for me. You may want to move around a bit to fully orient yourself to the present. Stretch your arms and legs. When you are ready, stand up and just stand quietly for a moment, looking around. Now take a few steps, walking around, fully present wherever you are. When you are fully awake and alert, you can return to your usual activities, keeping with you a feeling of serenity, safety, and calm. I'm very happy that you were able to sit through this, that you were able to listen to this meditation. I think it's important that when we are feeling stressed, when we are feeling overwhelmed, that we have these coping tools, that we have these coping mechanisms to help us out whenever we feel overwhelmed and we don't feel like we can talk to someone or can outwardly say what is going on. I think it's important to have these releases, and there are plenty of different moments, apps. I mean, besides us doing this together, there are different ways that you yourself can do it. I know that there's a wonderful app called oh my goodness, what is it called? It's Headspace Headspace has been around for quite some time, since I was a professional and got introduced to guided meditations, and I truly enjoy finding these guided meditations. There are so many people that put their information and great content around being able to sit and relax and be one with yourself and getting comfortable with your own thoughts. Because let's be honest, our thoughts can be overwhelming sometimes. Our thoughts can be louder than we have ever heard anyone put it into words before, because we know our weaknesses, we know our traumas, we know everything. So it can get very loud in our brains and our hearts, within ourselves. And if we are the obstacle that is in the way of our healing, then we need to learn positive ways and healthy coping mechanisms in order to keep moving forward. I want to shout out that we have completed week 3 of the self-love 30-day challenge. So week 3 was all about emotional well-being. It has been not a struggle. I've been doing it consistently. I had to look up. I've been doing it consistently. The problem is that there are some that are very, how do you say it? Like, I can't show what I'm doing. Obviously, like, there was one that was like, take a bath. I'm not going to show y'all when I'm taking a bath. So yes, there are more private ones that I can't record and like post, but I try to like post whenever we're doing them. But we are doing them every single day. I will recap this week 3, what we did. So day 15 was all about identifying and writing down your emotions throughout the day. Day 16 was practicing gratitude by listing 3 things you're grateful for. Day 17, do something creative, whether that was drawing, painting, writing, creating music, whatever you find creative. Day 18, spend time with someone who makes you feel good about yourself. Day 19, watch a movie or read a book that makes you laugh. Day 20, write a letter to your future self. Day 21, you're going to reflect on your emotional state and journal about any changes you've noticed. So all of these were done this past week, and honestly, I loved this week. Not more than every other week, because I do love the other ones, but this week was just, I'm very much an emotional being. I'm very in tune with who I am and what I need and everything. And I definitely gravitated towards making sure I hung out with, people that made me feel good about myself, which was my coworker, my bestie. I also, the writing a letter to your future self is a practice that I've done for so long. And I've done it in different ways, and I think it's truly healing to write something that you can look back on and be like, wow, this is a version of myself that existed in this time frame. And you see the work. I sat with myself and actually I saw some stuff from 2011, and I saw how I wrote, I saw how I thought, and I was telling my cousin this week how I just feel not sadness, but just so much empathy for that version of myself, because at that point in time in my life, I felt so grown up. I felt like I knew everything, like I knew the world, and now I'm like, sis, girlfriend, girly pop, you didn't know anything. You needed time. You needed maturity. You needed guidance. You needed so much stuff. And so I think that when we write these letters to our future selves, it's an opportunity for us to manifest, for us to affirm where we're at, to hope and pray, and whatever you believe in, truly think about who is the version of yourself that you would like to see. And how is this in this moment healing for you? Is it that you have to ask for forgiveness? Is it that you have to let go of a secret? Think about all of those things. And I know that we are already past this day, but I think it's a good practice to have. Is it a yearly thing that you do? Is it a biannual thing that you do? Because I think it's important. I think it's really important to just have a check-in with yourself. But we're going to get into week 4 because it is the final week and I can't believe it. We also have obviously like the final days, but like the final week is going to be self-compassion. Okay, that was weird. So self-compassion. So day 22, we're going to do forgive yourself for a past mistake. This is going to be an emotional one, y'all. Day 23, spend an hour doing something you love. Day 24, write a list of your strengths and achievements. Day 25, practice saying no to something that doesn't serve you. Day 26, spend time in nature and appreciate its beauty. Day 27, treat yourself to something nice, a gift, a treat, or an experience. Day 28, reflect on your journey over the past month and write about your growth. We've been doing a lot of writing, so I hope that you've been keeping a journal. This has been just, I think, the best time to do a self-love challenge, especially for anyone that's going back to college, anyone that's going back to school. It gets you hopefully in the right mind frame. It gets you hopefully energized to meet the version of yourself that you didn't know existed, that you didn't know that you needed to meet. And it keeps pushing you towards growing, towards healing, towards evolving. So I hope that you know that all of these things are things for us to continue to work on. It's not only 30 days. This is just a teaser. You should be doing this every day. And it doesn't have to be these list of things. You practice however you feel self-love should come up for you. This is a great outline for us. This is a great start for us. For anyone that doesn't know or didn't know where to start. But after the 30 days are done, I want you to think about that. What are you going to do after the 30 days are done? After 30 days of self-love challenge, August is wrapped up. How will you show up for yourself? How will you continue to look out for your well-being? How will you continue to push yourself to the next level? How will you keep being you, but in better steps as you continue to grow? Think about all of those things, okay? I always want to close us out on a positive note. I think this is the best positive note. I know this is a shorter one than the usual hour-long ones, but this is a guided meditation, so it should be short. It should be short and sweet. So today, do something to take care of yourself after you have listened to this. Take a bubble bath. Go to the beach and listen to the waves if you are somewhere close to the beach. Go and treat yourself to some dinner that you didn't cook. Whatever you do, just take care of yourself and know that you are in a safe place, that you are loved, that you are worthy, and that we are worthy of growing and continuing to bloom together. Love y'all. Thanks for tuning in to Blooming Dandelion. If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Follow us on social media on Instagram at Blooming Dandelion Podcast for more inspiration. And remember to keep on blooming. See you next time, dandelions.